Hey guys, Zen here bringing you another weekly Pokemon Pockets update video, and this week we're just going to be catching up on a few events that are already going on. I'm going to give you some tips for the SP emblem event. I already got my gold emblem, but a lot of people are having trouble, and also a lot of people have already watched my top 5 best decks to use for this event, and they're telling me they are crushing this event. So the first tip is go watch the video if you haven't, but we also have some other tips for you, so stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about some updates and events coming up, like the second part of the Magnemite event and what cool bonuses we get with that Magnemite Bulbasaur. And then finally, we're going to talk about the mini set event update. And right now, we currently have no information whatsoever, except that it's going to release for some people at December 16th, and for me it's going to be December 17th at like 1 or 2 a.m. So because we have such limited information, instead this weekly update video is going to be more of a speculation, and I'm going to share with you guys a live segment from yesterday's live stream, I believe, where I was discussing with chat what we all think the mini set will have and potentially what set 2 will have. So it's a very spicy discussion. It's all speculation. So if you're interested in that, then that's definitely going to be the update for the mini set in today's video. Again, it's all speculation. We have no actual information other than we're getting new cards next week. And with that, let's hop into the emblem event. This event is all about winning as many games in a row as you can, with it being a maximum of 5 games, and you get this gold emblem here, this beautiful gold emblem here. This is, 4 wins, 3 wins, and 2 wins, and people are having trouble. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you can actually go find the videos, the Machamp video. It was the first deck that I ran with this event, got up to 4 wins, and then we bricked on 5, and it feels so bad. In fact, a lot of people were telling me and just the overall community that they were also experiencing something too, so I was like, it might be rigged. I'm just kidding, it's absolutely not rigged, but it doesn't feel good when you get your 4 wins in a row and then your final game you brick. Like, if I lose, it's fine, but imagine losing because you literally draw no basic Pokemon and your opponent gets nothing but a God Hand. Like, it doesn't feel great. Anyway, long story short, I tried running, spicy decks like a Wigglytuff Executor, all these things, and it took me 3 hours to cave in and just run a Pikachu EX deck and go like 9 games winning streak. So with that being said, there's definitely a video. You guys can check it out. It'll be up in the corner here, a little dot. You can go to the channel, win streak, best decks to use. A lot of people have already used that video. Any of those decks will work. My top recommendations are going to be the Pikachu EX deck, the Arcazar deck, or even the Blaine deck. Those are just so easy to use. Anyone can pilot them and you'll win your games, right? Pretty much easy to say. But real quick, some other helpful tips is take your time. I know this is a limited event until the 16th, which is annoying. Because you don't really have that much time. This event will be done. You don't get the gold emblem, but you'll get a new mini set coming out at around the same time. But the biggest thing is just scoop. If you're in your first or second match and you're bricking, there's no point in stressing out and getting annoyed. Save that energy for your 4th match, your 5th match, because like that's annoying. So my first advice is just get as many matches as you can. Play matchmaking roulette. Go into positive matches. If you're a Pikachu EX and you go into a fighting type and for your first match, just scoop, go to the next one. Fighting type, just scoop, go to the next one. Water type, stay in that one, win it, then just keep going, build up your wins. 5 wins, it's not that hard. It's just in a game that's like super RNG dependent like this, it's pretty unfortunate when you get the short end of the stick, let's just say that. So that's my number 1 tip. And the second tip is have fun. It's not supposed to be a job. Like this isn't even ranked, right? So take your time. Use some of the best meta decks to get your gold emblem, but also it's not the end of the world if you don't get it. It's a lousy emblem. Like, look at it. Like, yeah, it's cool, but like, it's not the end of the world. So if you don't get this, do not take it as a reflection of the type of player you are. Instead, this game is very RNG dependent. Like, imagine going into like 10 games in a row where your opponent just high rolls Misty. Yeah, I mean, take your time, have fun with the event. It's not supposed to be a job. Watch any of my videos, and I hope those videos help you out. I'm not honestly gonna stick too much on this. It's a a lot of people are stressing out about this event, and a lot of people honestly found this event very easy. So with that, let's move on to the Wonder Pick event. This is, we're gonna get the second part of this. This is the part that everyone's excited about, because on the 13th of December, all of this stuff continues. Yay, ooh-ah, yeah, but you want to collect as many of these shop tokens, because now you can pick up the card sleeve, the playmat, and the Pokemon coin. I think I was mistaken thinking it would come out the first week. No, it's the second week. So if you have a total of 20 shop tickets, well then you get to pick up these beautiful Venusaur accessories, and I'll tell you that's exactly what I'm gonna do on the 13th. And that's pretty much it for that second event. And then the final event that everyone is waiting for, everyone's asking me, it's right here. For me, it's December 17th. Some other people, some lucky maybe New Zealanders, right, are gonna get it on the 16th. I'm not entirely sure, but it's gonna be the 16th and 17th. I'll tell you, I'm gonna wake up whatever time it is and start getting to content. I'm gonna cook as many spicy decks as I can, so consider subscribing if that's what you're interested in. There's also potentially 76 cards. It's not confirmed yet. None of this is confirmed. So worst case scenario, we literally just get 5 new cards. I don't think that's the case. This was all data mined. However, caveat, if you guys recall, the Magikarp Gyarados Wonder Pick event was also data mined, and that never happened. We got nothing. So I really, one as a content creator, but also two as a player, I really hope this mini set is for real. But we haven't really heard anything from like the developers on it. This was data mined, but so was the Gyarados. So grain of salt. With that, get ready for my little conspiracy corner speculation of a live stream from yesterday, where I discuss pretty much everything that we're hoping to see from the pack covers, what they'll be called, what the legendary beasts might be, and pretty much everything like that. So if you're interested in a discussion of the mini set and speculation, well then stay tuned. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So it looks like from the poll, you guys have voted all of the above. So you're looking for reworked Pokemon, new supporter cards, and item cards. I think, like, you know, Great Ball has been a thing in discussion that a lot of people have been asking for, but also cards like Full Heal, and also a lot of new Pokemon are what people are asking. And before earlier this week, if you asked me if we were going to get new Pokemon, I would have said no. I genuinely did not think we were going to get new Pokemon. 100% I was like, we're just going to get reworked Pokemon like the Mankey and the Jigglypuff from the event promos, because that'd be sick, you know, something like a reworked Scyther or Magmar or even Electabuzz. So that way, just by reworking those cards like Lieutenant Surge and not Magmar, and Blaine become so much stronger. But now I started thinking, I was like, maybe you guys are right. Maybe they will give us brand new Pokemon, like Gen 2 Pokemon. Think about it this way. The mini set is in between the big set one and the big next set. So what if it's like a bridge between the two? It's a good way for them to give us reworked Pokemon from, you know, Gen 1, set 1, but also introduce the next set, what type of, you know, effects we're gonna see. I mean, they already said they're gonna give us new strategies and stuff. So in my head, maybe we're getting some brand new Gen 2 Pokemon, fingers crossed. And with that, you guys have tremendous ideas. Ryzen here, the original TCG Pichu, had this. If this baby Pokemon is your active Pokemon and your opponent tries to attack, your opponent flips a coin before doing anything required in order to use this attack. Now, personally, I think that's a little OP. The meta would shift from being Pikachu EX to Baby Pichu, because that is insane. It's already a very flippy game, but I like where your heads are at. Let's get creative here. I definitely think we're gonna get things like Steelix, Scizor. I hope we get Kingdra. That'll give, you know, dark type Pokemon, not dark type, dragon type Pokemon a leg up finally. Sorry, Dragonite, you just aren't cutting it. But also maybe we get the Elite Four supporter cards. Now, if you guys haven't seen already, I'll show you this beautiful fan-made, myself, I'm the fan, Lance card, where it changes your next generated energy to any type. This could be a really good splash supporter card that you put into any deck. Now, dual energy decks, you don't even have to run dual energy, but you can run dual energy Pokemon like Dragonite or something, are actually viable with this type of, you know, card. Other cards I hope we get are stuff like Pokemon tools. Not a lot of people are talking about Pokemon tools, but I think something like a weakness policy could be so much fun. This Pokemon this card's attached to gets no weakness, but something I really want, but I don't think we're gonna get, is something like a Focus Sash. Personally, this could prevent Mewtwo and Pikachu from being too strong. The idea behind this is you attach it to a Pokemon and they cannot be one-shot, allowing you the following turn to always deliver damage. You can deliver your own 150, your 90 damage from Starmie, whatever have you. Focus Sash would prevent your Pokemon from getting one shot. And also, like, you can retreat that Pokemon, take them back. And that way your opponent doesn't get that prize point, potentially even like 2 prize points. And then something else that I, kind of had the idea of, a lot of you also had this idea, but we can talk about this card. This is an item type card, switch here. But I want to change it up. This says switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. I think it's a little OP, especially in a very streamlined game. What if switch, or we had some sort of gust effect where you can bounce any Pokemon from your bench back to your hand. So you pivot from the active spot, you have 10 HP, you bounce it back to your hand, your Mewtwo comes back full HP. That would be kind of busted, to be honest. Yeah, people are gonna spend a lot of money in January for the new set. Absolutely. Yo, Pokemon knows what they're doing. But this mini set coming up literally in, what is it, less than a week. Next week will be subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's going to be a tremendous amount of videos for you to consume, especially if we're getting the 70 plus cards in this mini set. But if they do this mini set right, this game is going to make so much money. It's actually mind-boggling. Oh man, I hope you guys took advantage of that Black Friday special to get those golds, especially if you are going to invest and pay money into this game, because that was a really good deal. I'm not really trying to spend any more money onto this game, so I'm like hoarding all my gold for this mini set and set 2. Now here's another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know what the packs are gonna look like, but I'd imagine they're gonna look slightly different. This was something I found on Reddit. Be sure to check out the Pokemon Pocket Reddit. They got a bunch of new refreshing posts on there, so you could always find up-to-date content if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I found this on Reddit. And it got me thinking, what is actually going to be the new art or the style of the new pack? Because right now, if we go into this area where you can open up your packs and whatnot, we have 3 packs, right? But then also if you go over here, select other booster packs, this is where I think we are going to get something for the mini set right here. This is Genetic Apex. This is the first one. I don't think we're going to get any more new cards in here. I think this is going to open up right here. This slot is always going to be the main set, and this slot's always going to be the mini set. This just makes sense to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they slot in the mini set into here or somewhere else, but I think you're going to have the mini set here, which means a couple things. Your pack points do not transfer to this mini set over here. That was pretty laggy. You could only use them here, so might as well use them here. Now, if we're looking at this, let's look at what this looks like. A starter, a legendary, and a mascot Pokemon. Personally, I think we're gonna get something like Feraligatr. I don't think they're gonna give us Typhlosion, another fire type. And for the legendary, maybe Lugia or Ho-Oh, right? Potentially Ho-Oh might make sense, to be honest. This one's the hard one, though. This is Pikachu EX. I don't think they're giving us a Togepi EX, guys. I don't even think they're gonna give us a Marill EX. So what other Gen 2 Pokemon could be considered a mascot that could also potentially be on a cover for this type of like a pack opening? And the only thing that comes to mind for me personally is Sneasel. It would be a Sneasel EX. Yes, it evolves into Weavile, but that's not until Gen 4. That might even boost up dark type Pokemon. It could be a strong counter into Mewtwo. But I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think could possibly be the mascot Pokemon if they're going this route. I don't know, they could actually not even do this entire pattern here. They could just go Raikou, Entei, and Suicune and just call it a day, to be honest. A couple people are saying Scizor, Umbreon, Tyranitar. That's 2 dark Pokemon. I don't think that's what we're getting. But yeah, very interesting stuff. And then finally, the last thing that I want to speculate on, that I want to touch on real quick, is if we go here and we go to our rarity cards. Let's do this one more time. This little guy right here. Let's just go right into it real quick. Oh, it's beautiful. Honestly, I love this card. What's a Metapod? This is the card that you get when you finish the entire Genetic Apex, right, collection. Not all the cards, you just need each of the cards, I believe, once, and you get this card. So because of that, I think we're gonna get Celebi as the mythical Pokemon bonus for completing Genetic Apex 2. That's what we're going to call it right now. I don't think that's what it's going to be called. It could be something like Burning Legacies. That'd be a fire name, no pun intended. But I think we're going to get Celebi, and I hope it's a better card than this, because listen, the whole community agrees that Mew's a fun card. It's a nice card. It's a pretty card. It's not a strong card. But that's pretty much the speculations for the mini set and set 2, kind of what I'm hoping for, what everyone in chat is hoping for as well. One last thing I'm going to leave you guys with. I would love to hear from you. As you already know, Genetic Apex sprinkled in some Pokemon from like Gen 7, Gen 8, Gen 9. What are some outlier Pokemon that you would like to see? You know, something like a Golisopod, right? I think that's how you say his name. Lucario. We might get it in the second installment, right? The second set or even mini set. I don't see why not. I mean, look at this. We have a Frostmoth. It's not Gen 1. I don't know what gen it is. Heliolisk is Gen, what is that, 5? Gen 6? So I think it's possible that we get some more Pokemon. So that's what I want to hear from you guys. What are some outlier Pokemons that we're looking forward to? But that's going to be it for today's update video. Stay tuned for next week. We will have the mini set, and we will go over every single brand new card. I'll give you my honest reviews on them, what I think the best cards are going to be, what cards are kind of like mediocre, and what cards set up potentially the future sets and what we can learn from them just by seeing those new cards. That's going to be it. Don't forget to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Oh my God, that was such a beautiful outro.